This is Atri again. I started this YouTube channel because I like watching YouTube and I love the way people present their videos. They're going to be a lot better than the way I present mine, sort of, with the visual aids or whatever, but the information contained within inside their videos was flawed or not presented really well. And if you watch enough of the same, you know, conspiracy theme throughout the internet and YouTube, and you research it more, a better laid out and intelligent telling of the theory could be presented. And I have a really unique understanding of things, and I think I piece mysteries together really well. So, anyways, I'm making this video to tell you that while I was researching Sumerian text and Nibiru and the story of Enki and Ea, when I was done coming up with all my theories, I thought for the hell of it, I'd look to see if NASA has found the planet Nibiru yet. And I had looked in like 10 years, so when I looked it up, there was a couple articles and videos that said that a scientist had found in the second asteroid belt by Pluto a disturbance in the ice around the asteroids and maybe a gap or something like that in it, and I had been able to mathematically calculate that it was like a blast radius trail or something, that showed that there was an extra planet in our solar system that was 10 times the size of the Earth, that its trajectory set it to go from above us and under us, instead of around like the rest of the planets do, and that they couldn't locate it yet. They found this in 2015 apparently and called it Planet 9, and they really leaned away from calling it Nibiru really violently, and any planet found out past Pluto, in my opinion, should be called Nibiru because of the Sumerian text, but NASA scientists and other scientists feared calling any planet in our solar system Nibiru because they fear the concept of Nibiru and aliens inhabiting it. That might have had something to do with the evolution of Earth and building up pyramids or something. Is just a notion that they don't even want to entertain. So no matter how much scientific or historical evidence there is, they won't come to that conclusion unless they're forced to by aliens coming from Nibiru to here again when it passes by or something like that. Ridiculous. Anyways, came across a bunch of information having to do with this, but it was really strange. So a lot of people have cited a second sun at certain points in the sky, and if there's life on Nibiru and it is rotating like that, it's going to get so far away from the sun and the pull of other planets that it's well past the inhabitable zone. So the only thing that would make sense that it would have a star or a sun in its close vicinity, locked in some sort of tidal orbit or something with it as it went in its orbit around our solar system. And usually solar systems have more than one sun and we don't, and it's kind of strange. And even in historical texts from all over the world, they talk about having a second sun, a different sun, and a smaller sun. So yeah, there was some evidence to say that not only was another planet, but there might have been another sun. And they said that it was on a 10 to 20,000 year rotation until it comes back to Pluto again. And that's exactly what I theorized. Nibiru would take that long to get back to behind Pluto. So kind of strange. And along with this, somewhere between 2015 and 2017, they started noticing that the sun started changing its axis. Don't you think that's something you should know? It's kind of a big deal. I've never heard this before, ever, and I was surprised to see a bunch of scientific stuff on it that backed it up. And it wasn't the sun changing its axis, it was all the planets in our solar system started dipping down like this and changing their axis, but the sun stayed in the same spot. that's a pretty huge galactic event, and that might cause a lot of crazy weather and global warming and different stuff that we're seeing, and even more crazy stuff in the future coming. But on the NASA websites, after they said that the scientist was totally right about everything, came back in like 2017, like 2 or 3 years after he found all his findings and got it totally approved, they started trying to sort of discredit his findings by saying that it was an asteroid or something else, and it was a smaller planet, and they just really got weird and started giving me the sense that they were covering up something big time. And all the planets in our solar system have gotten 400% brighter, and that was just to their findings in 2017. So I don't even know now. And I tried to look up something more current towards 2020, talking about the planets tilting in accordance with the sun or whatever, and them getting brighter, and it would not yield any information whatsoever. And all the stories connected to the Planet Nine, you couldn't find anything current. It seemed from, from 2017 up. They just deadened the story and started superimposing their own NASA story about it that didn't seem to add up to me. I didn't believe it at all, and I don't believe what NASA tells us. And if they found another planet or intelligent life, I don't think they would tell us, unless it was unreachable or something like that. So there's major changes happening in our solar system that could cause volcanic activity, earthquakes, cataclysmic stuff. Who knows? Or it could be good for our planet. Don't know. But NASA is covering that up, and you should know that and try to look it up and see what you come up with. Because remember, they totally gave credence to the scientist's discovery right off the bat, and for the next year or two. Then all of a sudden they started freaking out and changing the story, and they said they had to look for the planet. And after a couple years, I'm sure they probably found it. And surprisingly enough, they were saying that they didn't. So, what's up with that? And it said the moon had neutron salts that just appeared all over it, maybe a couple inches of it, like a very large amount of an element that was not on the moon prior to this has now appeared on the moon all of a sudden between 2017 and now. And there might even be more of it now there. And they said that the moon was developing an atmosphere. It was getting thicker. And that Mars was getting a thicker, more developed atmosphere as well. And that the polar caps on Mars had disappeared from view, or recessed inside Mars or something like that. And Neptune got crazy storms where it was really calm before. Jupiter changed colors, and the lines on Jupiter changed, and the storms in Jupiter changed. Mercury, there was some activity on Mercury, I forget, like something actually rather big was happening with Mercury, like it forming an atmosphere or something weird like that. And Venus too was having an increase in temperature or decrease in temperature on Mercury and Venus that was really significantly high. Plus I saw that NASA was saying something about they found life on Venus's upper atmosphere now. So there's a lot going on with our planets right now, and I don't think they're telling us because they don't know what to make of it. And same with the darkening of our sun. Like, I think that might be leading towards something bigger, maybe even a polar shift or something like that. But it ain't normal. It's by far not normal, and they're telling us not to be scared of it at all. And I don't think that's a good assessment, because they don't understand the sun our solar system that well at all, and significant changes in, the plane of axis and the sun's output of energy waves and visual appearance, and all in all, light that it's casting off of it is definitely going to affect our planet. Look it up. Tell me what you find. This is what I found, and I think everybody should know something about it, because I didn't know dick about it before, and now I do. And I was kind of alarmed by everything that I saw, and how hard it was to research it, because I like to thoroughly research something, and it was going good, and then all of a sudden it was like NASA put this spin story in there, and I didn't buy it. So tell me what you think.